What should we tackle next?
Dad, you know what? That sigh is the greatest way to lead in. We're finishing up the game in this part. Welcome back to some more Money Number 9.
You lied to me. This video isn't 4 hours.
Yeah, I was worried about this 4 hours for a reason.
I mean,
I wonder what you're doing.
we don't have
with
our
that.
popcorn ready, so we kind of have to not watch credits for 4 hours. I mean, hey, do you guys want Money Number 9 the movie?
Yes.
No?
Just kidding.
If you do, go to Game Explain.
You know, Ukulele's credits is pretty long too.
It's not 4 hours.
Well, it's not 4 hours.
Not 4 hours long, but it's pretty long.
Blue blazes! The Battle Colosseum itself has been absorbed!
Man, he's got the most vivid imagination for his explanations of saying, what in the blank, blank, blank.
Yeah, I mean, this guy is so imaginative. Too bad he couldn't really use that in some of his conversation more. Those little quips don't really do anything or make much sense.
Understood. Return to the lab for now.
What'll we do, Will? What'll we do?
I can't tell if you're scared or you just really want food in your mouth right now. Shut your mouth before a fly goes in there.
What's this big?
You want to send back into that?
I want a number 5 on the value menu.
But I want a small Coke. I'm watching my weight.
That's totally gonna help.
He's gonna be that guy. He's like, I'm gonna order a large fry. I'm gonna want the double bacon cheeseburger and a small Coke because I'm on a diet.
I have to do this meme. Let me get a boneless
Pizza.
I understand,
I
Professor.
don't remember the meme.
Yeah, you fail. Come on, boneless pizza.
Boneless pizza, that's it. I don't remember the food item.
This is the game of exploding pizza.
You
Let me
can't
get a...
Come on, you got a good reference.
I'm sorry, I forgot what the food was. So he said boneless. So I was like, wait, you can't get boneless bad.
Attention. Beck has landed in the Colosseum. Multiple incoming.
So welcome to the final level in the game. This one is just Beck because no one else can get in here. So obviously the only one who's able to get close, and he just drops off and say, "All right, I'm done. I'm gonna go. Bye."
I'm sure you don't want to play as Call again.
Yeah, well, with this mess, no. You'll see why later on. This is not a Call level. She would be dead after like the first couple areas here. I love these grenades so much.
When this game came out, or when this game was first announced for the Kickstarter, I remember all the wholesome memes they had for this game about how, you know, he was the true successor to bring peace to the land of Mega Man, and then whenever we found out that this game was hot garbage, those memes quietly shut themselves up.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Maybe just a bit.
Just a bit, actually, the complete opposite of memes came out. There was one where Beck was like broken in half, and he's just like, "I'm gonna be great, I swear. I'll have my own TV show and action figures." Yeah, did they even consider doing the TV show again?
I don't know. I think it just kind of got quietly scrapped after a while because there hasn't been any word about it since the Kickstarter days.
I don't even think this game. Like they haven't even talked about. I looked on the Twitter feed. And they haven't talked about anything since the game got released.
I mean, that sounds about right because normally if a game flops, they just go quiet about it. At this point, they're probably just kind of cutting their losses and then moving on from here with different projects.
Be the smart thing from
Do you remember when KJ Inafune wanted to also do that other Mega Man, the Mega Man Legends revamp?
Yeah. Red Ash.
And that flopped too?
Yeah, and the worst part is apparently that got funded by a different company, but we haven't heard anything about it since, so I'm pretty sure that just kind of just fell apart, basically.
KJ Inafune just is a businessman.
Yeah.
Remember this. In the wise words of Hideki Kamiya, KJ Inafune is just a businessman. He don't know video games.
That's correct. With Beck.
No, seriously, he's actually said
Yeah,
that
that
about
doesn't
him.
sound. I mean, that doesn't sound too surprising to me.
So it's pretty bad when you got Mr. Block guy on Twitter saying all this stuff about you.
Yeah.
Don't ever tell him he's just a businessman. He'll delete your Twitter.
Yeah, I'm about to say. You say one wrong thing and boom, you're blocked. Also, do you guys like slow down? Because if you do, you'll love this level. This level just, no matter what you're playing on, lags.
I wonder why.
Just for reference sake, this is an older computer I'm playing this on, but even on my new rig with like a brand new graphics card with like 8 gigabytes of video RAM and such, this level still drops down to 20s if there's too much going on at once. It's terrible. If this game drops down to 20s using a GTX 1080, that's a concern. That card costs more than a console.
Are you?
Oh, hi. This looks friendly.
Yeah, this is our final boss, Trinity. The bad guy that just got introduced in the last 10 minutes.
Two of my proudest creations.
Isn't this the boss that you can beat in like 5 seconds?
If you know what you're doing, yeah, or at least with the second phase.
Yes, sir.
But I can't do it because I hate the hitboxes in this game already. So manipulating the hitbox itself to kill this thing quick, no, I'm good.
So they just remembered that they needed a final boss, pretty much.
Pretty much, and then Trinity was born.
Yeah, look, see, he's not.
Yeah, if you
Now
use
he's getting it.
the blades, you can just kind of blast through this boss fight because you just cut through the attacks. But I'm very uncomfortable right now over here. Please move.
Why did you put yourself in that?
I only got hit
position?
once though, so it's actually one of the safer spots.
This thing looks like it was made last minute because they forgot they needed a final boss.
Oh yeah, we needed a. So what does he look like? A giant spear. My God, Stevens, you're a genius.
Yeah, so that's phase 1. So of course this can't be a final boss without multiple phases, so let's just throw in phase 2 that's very similar to phase 1, but just now not flying, just on the ground. I also will say, if you're playing this game like the Wii U, for example, those cores twitching around, twitching like 10 frames a second. They look like slideshows.
I am picking
Oh
up
my
a
gosh.
significant shift in Trinity's readings. She appears to be distressed.
Indeed. Just as Beck absorbed acid.
Yeah, I'd be upset too with the way I look.
She's struggling.
Now I know I won't get a date to the prom like this. Come on. I'm not a beautiful flower. I'm just a messy flower.
Show the world that robots can evolve.
What are you talking about? I'm not an anime fan.
What's an anime? Screw you and your waifus. Beck is no bae. Must kill Beck.
Wow.
So basically in this fight, use your grenades, but whenever you can, actually use Cryo's weapon because just one ice shot will slow this thing down by a lot.
I am not a weeaboo.
How do we even play Wii?
Or Mimi. Remember that?
What is it? I'm not a weeaboo.
Pro tip, when you kill the boss, immediately leave, because that boss hitbox is still active. I've actually died after the boss was killed before. Before it technically
Oh my
exploded.
God.
The health bar is 0, but the boss still sticks around for a couple seconds. You have to absorb that core it spit out. It's the worst. You know what's even worse? If you're playing this game on the Mania mode, where it's a one-hit KO, you kill the boss and then you just touch it. That's why you never play Mania mode.
I think you only need to really play this game once if you really were.
And if you're going to
interested in it.
replay it, just play it on the normal difficulty, because all the difficulties really do is just increase how much damage you take. And to me, that's not very much difficulty scaling, that's just more or less just a little bit of cheap design. Especially with specific enemies with multiple attacks at once that can just blindside you.
True form.
Yeah.
I did it. I mean, you did it, Trinity. We did it. Excellent work, Beck. Excellent. You have surpassed even
Wait a minute,
my
I thought the main
greatest
characters were
expectations.
always supposed to be silent. Why is he talking?
Yeah, good question.
Warning. All
Mega Man talks.
Yeah, no, technically in the Mega Man games, for the most part, he's silent. He does talk. Back from the beginning, he's like, I'm just gonna be a chatterbox. I'll talk a lot. Which, it can work. It just depends on the writing. For him, not so much.
I mean, Sonic talks.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
I mean, he used to
He
not.
won't shut up. I mean, his classic form don't talk.
Yeah,
But
remember the old days where he was a mute, and then you have the new ones, and he's always talking? Man, what a difference. So, yep, that's the game. We save Trinity, and we bring her back with us for testing, basically. And then, just like a Mega Man game, the Mighty Numbers just kind of start doing their own thing, and kind of do the tasks they were built for in general, so it's just basically a Mega Man ending in a nutshell. But Trinity, I believe, was supposed to be more or less the design of, well, Roll from Mega Man, because she looks more like Roll than Call does.
yeah.
So you guys ready for some credits? Hope you got some popcorn ready.
Oh God.
Oh boy. I'm ready. I'm ready for the 4-hour credit sequence.
Wait, you said 4 hours? Hell no, we're not doing that. It's a good thing I had that C4 lying around.
Trinity was brought under control when she absorbed.
I knew that C4 would come in handy one day.
Nature, his heart. No new synthetic
You've been
hormones
playing some Metal Gear, ain't you? You took it from there.
robots to evolve
Because only that was that powerful.
responsibly. Just wait. This will revolutionize the science of robotics.
White looks so bored right here. He doesn't look like he's trying to tell his old father here just of these menacing words and his plans for the future. It's just bored.
He really does look like the embodiment of, let me get a...
Everyone looks like
Bored.
that.
After 4 hours of credits.
Yeah, he slept there 4 hours.
I was like, I was standing here waiting for my cue for over 4 hours. I was wondering when I was gonna go.
I remain unconvinced, Bill.
Don't call me that. My name.
I would be mad at you if I really was a backer. I was like, hey, you could at least showed my name.
The worst part is, if you want to find your name in the credits, there's an easier way to skip to specific chunks. But it's just chunks. It still takes forever.
Then only time
Yeah.
tells.
And most of it is just generous backer, so yeah. Which one were you? Generous backer number 86?
Is a blessing or a curse?
I wasn't a backer at all.
I mean, to be fair, it's probably for the better, but no one knew what they were getting themselves
Go
into.
ahead and choose your next
Yeah.
target.
So before we end the game, I'm going to at least show off the DLC here. We're not going to play through the game with this character, but I just will at least show it. Because it's basically the same thing. The story is written a bit different, but the gameplay is the exact same.
We are being hacked by an outside source.
Is this the
They are
Ray
trying to
DLC?
steal
Yeah,
our
this is
patient
Ray.
data.
I personally hate Ray.
cannot
I
stop
would not
this
recommend playing as Ray at all.
We need to neutralize the culprit.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically the biggest problem with Ray is just a reskin of back when it comes to how he controls. His abilities for weapons are a bit different, so think of Ray more like Zero from the X series. Problem is, though, his health drains. So, you can be doing whatever you can fighting a boss, and the boss fight gets harder and harder because of your health draining.
Got it.
The only way to get it back is to absorb enemies, and half the time that's not as viable, mainly in the boss fights. It's just, oh, it's a pain to play through as Ray, especially in later difficulties.
That's kind of sad.
That's kind of stupid.
I mean, the Ray DLC is cheap, and if you get a physical version, you're getting the DLC included. So it's like, you might as well at least try Ray for like a stage or two, but I mainly just recommend you play the stage, that's about it. Ray is not easy to play through. Ray is the hard mode to the game that has harder difficulties to begin with.
Professor, how should
Silence! I'll
That
kill
ain't
you.
noise.
Oh man, I can't believe that shout had a jammer on it. So since we're not doing the Ray DLC, I just kind of want to summarize what the storyline is in just a few words. I'm hungry, I'm very pissed, who's the one who did this to me, must kill everyone. That's basically the story. Even the ending twists back to that, because the ending has a resolve where Ray is in a more peaceful and happy mindset, and then mainly just immediately has a whiplash because we gotta be edgy, apparently, because the story had to resolve, and then Ray went back to, must kill people because I'm pissed. It made no sense.
Ow. The edge.
More or less edgy than Infinite, who knows?
Well, at least his origin story was probably better than Infinite's.
Ray, yeah, definitely have better origin story than Infinite. I'm not weak. Now I am pissed.
Don't call me weak. I'm pissed off. Oh, so that's why you became Batman, because Shadow called you weak.
That's more like it.
So why do you
That's
want
kinda
Sonic
lame.
dead? Oh. Sonic and Shadow looked alike.
Then again, I heard Jiren from Dragon Ball wasn't very good either.
Jiren kind of had a similar plot line because he was that mysterious character that all of a sudden got that tragic backstory of everyone was killed around him and now he just wants to be strong because he trusts no one. So the backstory became one of the more traditional ones for a mysterious character. That's mostly why people got pissed.
Oh, okay. Well, then again, just I saw a lot of people were
I mean,
upset about
Jiren's
that.
character would have definitely been better without the backstory. You didn't really need it, but I don't think it ruined the character as much as everyone else said. Because at least gave him a purpose for wanting that wish. I have no idea what the weakness is for Ray at all. Everything I looked up online, I could not find a single thing saying what the true weakness is here. So I just kind of experiment and use whatever. Mainly Cryo's weapon because it does kind of slow down and do chip damage.
Got a little chip damage.
It's the best. Especially when I have no idea what I'm doing.
Off he goes.
Yeah, excuse me, I need your power.
I love that little tank transformation you have.
It's one of my favorite abilities just because of how not only powerful but quick it is. So you're just plowing through everything at Mach speed. And it has a shield too, so half the time you want to use this if you just want to be protected.
Yeah. Ow.
That's more like it.
Man, every time this game hitches makes me really concerned about the Wii U version. I play PS3 and I cringe.
I have the Wii U version, but I haven't played it yet.
Alright, well do yourself a favor and just put your drink on it because you probably don't want to play it. Just be a nice old coaster, unfortunately. I mean, that's the problem when a company gets that ambitious. Usually one or two versions might be the best versions to play, and then the rest are technical messes.
You know this man.
Of course. The professor created me. I won't let you near him in this state. You're completely out of control.
You will tell me exactly where I can find him.
Your Jedi mind tricks won't work on me.
Tear it from your cells.
Ah, Rachel.
So, if you haven't figured it out by now, Rachel basically is more or less like a prototype to Beck. So, she is the Proto-Man of the story.
Proto-Man?
Yeah, she's more like the Proto-Man here. She plays like Zero, and her character's more like Proto-Man.
Let's just clone everything.
Yeah, pretty much. We have a Mega Man, we have a Roll, we have a Roll in design, we have a Zero, we have a Proto, we have a Dr. White, a Wily. I think the only thing we're missing at this point is the kitchen sink character.
Don't. I would. Mega Man 11 has kitchen sink man.
I wouldn't put it past that series.
That would be funny though.
Yeah, every time Ray growls, you pretty much can't do anything. But it's just kind of a minor inconvenience.
I'm sorry, you growled at me.
Yeah, so that does nothing, and you'll see here in a second. It's the only fight that doesn't have a resolve from the absorption.
Your prey. How? I'm falling apart.
I must be. I'm hungry.
I must cause an explosion and eat the pizza that comes out of it. Gotta get me that boneless pizza.
Let me get a boneless pizza.
Respond. Beck, please respond.
Beck. Beck, are you alright? What on earth is going on over there? Professor? Everything's okay. I'm fine. I battled against an unidentified robot. A female wearing a red cloak.
What's its name? Proto Man.
Our database.
Was it? Did it have a weird whistle going on with it when it first appeared?
He's gone for now.
Did he go?
Return to base.
Good work out there, Beck. Let's go over the details once you're back home.
Yeah, so now as soon as you do that, you can start playing as Ray. I don't feel like it. Let's go.
And that
Yeah, that's pretty
initializing
much done.
power down sequence.
Don't want to play as Ray. Don't want to play this game no.
I mean, I don't know about that call. I don't think this is going to have a next time with how it's sold, unfortunately.
Yeah, it was kind of a mess.
Yeah.
But that's Mighty number 9. Hope you guys enjoyed it.
Said no one.